So then guys, we've just had the announcement of the new iPhone 17 models. And today what I want to do for you is I want to give you a bit of an upgrade chart, as it were. Is it worth you upgrading if you own, say, an iPhone 11 all the way up to the likes of an iPhone, 16 right now? Whether this be a Pro model, a Plus model, a normal model, you get the idea. Now, what I would be saying is if you do have any kind of iPhone what's older than iPhone 11, personally, I would be saying, yeah, you should be upgrading. One of the main big reasons is that iOS 26 no longer supports your phone anymore. And to get any future kind of updates, then I would actually be saying that you need it, especially with security updates and things like this, that anything older, if you own like an iPhone 10R or an iPhone 10s or anything older than that, then personally, yeah, I'd be updating. But don't worry, what I'll also be covering in this chart is also the iPhone SE models too. So let's begin then. So here is my chart. And as you can see on this chart right here, what we have is we have the new iPhone 17 and the Air, and we have the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. We have an upgrade priority. Number 1 means a top priority. Number 5 means a least priority. It's not a concern, but if you want to upgrade, of course, it's always up to you. These are just my recommendations here on this chart of what I think that you should be doing. You can do whatever you want here. But with that then, let's get started and let's begin then first of all with the normal iPhone 11. So the normal iPhone 11, that's this red one right here, has been out for a long time. Now personally, I think if you own this phone, then obviously you've been very happy with it. You don't need to go up to a Pro phone or anything like that, potentially. And obviously you might have even had this as a hand-me-down. Then obviously I would say it is a top priority, but probably even just getting a normal iPhone 17 is going to be more than enough for you on this one. You probably don't actually need anything better than that for your actual needs. But then for the likes of, say, the iPhone 11 Pro, this one is a little bit different because I think this could also be a hand-me-down. But at the same time as well, you could actually be happy with what the features give you on this. And they're very similar to what we even get on an iPhone 17 now. An iPhone 17 normal is going to be great, but you might actually want to push up and get some Pro features. So I'm going to stick it in the either, but I'm going to slip it a bit more towards the iPhone 17, 17 Air kind of territory there. Now, the next thing obviously is the iPhone 12 normal. This was a great phone. It's one of the newer shape ones. And same sort of thing, I'm going to say that this phone definitely does need an upgrade. Because really compared to the 11, it didn't really get a lot more. It had the new design, it had MagSafe added, but there wasn't a lot more. It had a new chip. I'm still going to stick it in this number 1 sort of priority kind of listing here. And then after that, we have the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, obviously, I'm going to say this. If you've got a 12 Pro, personally, I think that you could have a hand-me-down or something like this. You probably just like it because of the big screen and because of that. But because of that, the likes of the iPad or the iPhone Air is out. This might even be a good option for you. So I'm going to stick it in the either, but I am going to stick it in more the middle kind of area this time round for this one. Next of all though, what we have is the iPhone 13 normal. Now this one is still a great phone, but obviously it is getting a little bit old now, so if you do want to upgrade it, it is worth doing, but I'm going to stick it in the number 2 priority. You might be able to get another year out of it or something like this if you want to. But yeah, if you're just using it just as a phone, you're happy with it, don't bother upgrading. This is what it is. But if you do want something new, then I would upgrade to an iPhone 17 or 17 Air. And the same with the 13 Pro. I would actually be sticking it right here in the middle kind of area there. It's not overlapping there, but you get the idea. It's going to be over that little bit there. So yeah, but I'm going to stick it towards more, say, the 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max kind of area of the either, because obviously, yeah, you could get yourself a 17 Air or 17, sorry, or an Air, but personally, I think it's sitting in this category, in my honest opinion here. But next of all, what we've got is the iPhone 14. Now, funny enough, where I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this right next to the iPhone 13, because these two phones were so similar. They were not much in it. They even had the same A15 chip inside. I think there was one extra GPU core in it. But yeah, for what you're going to be upgrading, I personally think a 17 normal or a 17 Air is going to be more than enough for you. Now, the 14 Pro Max, what I'd be saying with this was the last ones of the ones with lightning and things like this too, but it does have great cameras. But what I would say is if you do want to upgrade it, I'm going to put it down the bench here into the free category, and I'm going to say that you should probably still stick with getting yourself a Pro or a Pro Max here. So that's where I'm going to put that one. Now, next of all after this, we have the iPhone SE. Now the SE, what I'm going to be talking about here is the two iPhone SEs. So what we have is we have the newish one. The one that I'm going to say is the iPhone SE, what came out in 2022. And then we also have the one that came out in 2020. Now these two, they're getting on a bit. They either have the A11 chip in them or the A13 chip inside of them, if I'm right there. So, I think this is where things need to change. Actually, I think it wasn't that. It was A13 and A15 chip. So apologies there. But I would be saying that, yeah, this is probably one of those ones that does need updating. And if you do want to get one, obviously there is the iPhone 16e as well. I know that's not in this chart. That's something you could also upgrade to. But if you wanted to go something a bit more better, iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, definitely worth it there. And in fact, I'm actually going to stick it about middle there, actually, I think, between both, because it depends on which model of the SE. If you've got the older SE, you need to upgrade soon. If not, I would say, yeah, stick it there. But then, next of all, after this, we have the likes of the iPhone 15 normal. And this phone is still a great phone on this one. I think one of the big things that's missing off it, I think, is Apple Intelligence. Really sad it never actually got that because of its chip inside. So because of that, I am going to stick it in the either kind of direction, because you might want to do that, but I am going to stick it here, and I'm going to stick it in the middle between 3 and 4 because of that reason. I'm going to stick it a little bit over there, because obviously, yeah, you might want to upgrade. It could be worth it because you get all the Apple Intelligence features and things like this. Maybe you want to go for more of a Pro kind of phone. So this is a great option to do that, because you might have loved what you got, but you want a bit more from it. So this is where I'm going to stick it. I'm sticking it like there between 3 and 4. But then after this, what we have is we have the 15 Pro Max and the 15 Pro. Now, personally, yeah, I'm sticking it right here in number 4 because I don't really think there's too much worthy of an upgrade here whatsoever. If your contract's up and you have to get a new phone and you can afford it, yeah, go ahead and do it. But really, for features wise, personally, I wouldn't be updating. It's still a great phone and it will be for many years. So that's why it's got a little high priority whatsoever. And then we've got the normal iPhone 16. So the iPhone 16, yeah, it's a very low priority. If you are going to upgrade, I would be saying, no, actually I'm going to stick it here. You'd be upgrading to either a Pro Max because you had one before, you had a normal and you want to go maybe to a Pro or Pro Max. But the other reason is that you might actually just want to be happy to go up to a normal iPhone 17. But personally, I wouldn't bother. You've only had this phone probably for a year or even less than that. There's no point whatsoever. And it's the same as well with the likes of the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max. Absolutely no reason to upgrade. That's why it's staying right here. There is literally no reason, personally, I'd say. I know there are new features and know there are new things, but over one generation, it's just not worth it. Now, you might be asking, where's the iPhone 16e in this? But personally, I think with that, if you got the 16e, you wouldn't be upgrading to the likes of a iPhone, 17 or the likes of an iPhone 17 Pro Max. The phone's not even 6 months old yet. So it's just not worth me putting it in this chart. Next year it'll be in the chart when I do the upgrade for the iPhone 18 models, for example. But yeah, for this year, there's no reason whatsoever to it appear. But really, guys, that is my opinion there if you've got an iPhone. Now, remember, like I did say with the 11s here, up here, that obviously if you've got an 11 or 11 Pro or older, then obviously this is where these two sit up here, this red one and also this green one. this is where you should be sitting, you know, on your phones, and it is a top priority in my opinion. But if you've got a more sort of recent kind of phone, like the 16 or the 16 Pro Max or even the 15s, you can see it's little priority to actually update these phones anytime soon. But there we go then, guys. That is my opinion there on what I think that if people are thinking of upgrading, what you should be doing. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that your phone is worthy of upgrading this time? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.